Good evening, traders. This financial markets update is for October the 6th, 2010. Dow was the only one that finished in the positive today. S&P and the Nasdaq finished in the negative. Euro finished up and the dollar declined once again. Also, bond prices were up about 2.39%, and gold hit another all-time high. And that was at $13.51. Some information that came out today: Goldman Sachs raised their target for a double-dip recession. I'm going to include that link in the bottom in my comment section to let you guys see what they said. So they said the economy over the next 6 months went from fairly bad to very bad. Then the dollar resumed down as Fitch downgraded Ireland's debt. And the ADP employment change for September disappoints, but August data revised higher. That's probably the reason why the Dow finished up. Now the Nasdaq, Amazon had a terrible day today, and also these two stocks that I've been watching closely, CTXS and ACAM. They're technology stocks, and they just got diminished today. CTXX plummeted about 10 points, and it was a great day trading day for it, and I caught some of that on footage. You guys could go to my channel and view that video. Also, food stamp recipients at record 41.8 million people now getting food stamps. That's about all the news, besides the fact that New York hasn't had a income decrease in the last 70 years. So this is the first time in 70 years that their income has been decreased. Here you can view what the markets, the exact number that they finished up today. Nasdaq the biggest loser, 0.8%. Now we're going to look at the upgrades. I'm going to start with downgrades first. Equinox downgraded 125 to 110. Petrobras PBR 39 to 34. Now we're going to look at the upgrades. I highlighted them in green. Metro PCS 11 to 13. Keep an eye on this one. It's gaining market share, and the telecoms have been on fire lately. Sunoco 45 to 48. Panera Bread 91 to 100. Panera is a definitely good food chain. Mosaic 54 to 60, and Prudential 60 to 61. Now we're going to take a look at the earnings calendar. Tomorrow we kick it off in the morning session with Pepsi and International Speedway. This is actually about 15 minutes from my house. I also like to see what they do. I know actually some people that are high up in this business, but that's besides the point. After the close, we have Dragon Wave. I believe that's a game. They make games or something. Then we have Micron, MU, and Alcoa. That's really the beginning of earnings season. People like to see what Alcoa does. Tomorrow's economic calendar at 8:30 a.m. we have initial claims and continuing claims. And at 3 we have consumer credit. Taking a look at the one-day performance sectors that finished in the top 4: conglomerates, basic materials, industrial goods, and financials. Financials are doing pretty good this week, and I suppose that they'll finish in the top 5. For worst performing, we already knew that technology would be worst performers. Nasdaq finished down, followed by services and utilities. There really isn't too much for me to show you on the charts. They haven't changed a lot. I'm just going to give you a few levels that you need to watch. In the SPX, you need to watch 1158. If we hold over it, I suppose that these 1162 area will be taken out and 1170 will be approached. Friday, it's going to be a big day because we have the jobs numbers, and a lot of people are saying it could be detrimental to the market. I suppose that is a possible scenario, but until the facts and the price changes, then I can only go with the flow, and that's to the bullish upside right now. Dow Jones has been outperforming since they're the only one that's taken out the May flash crash highs, but S&P and the Nasdaq are right behind it, and the Nasdaq finished down today. That's not good, so the S&P will be a bigger performer. We're still above the 50 on the 1 hour time frame, and we're still above the 1150, the critical level that we couldn't get past for the last week, and now we're holding above it. As for the NASI, we're still up over this 2370 major support level that we have. We're still holding an ascending 50 period moving average. So for the moment, until we get a sell below 2370, I'm still bullish. Now if we get a pop tomorrow in the markets, look for 2400 to be approached, and if we get below 2370, look for 2340 to be your next support level. Dow Jones looking pretty enticing. 10,942 will be your support level tomorrow, and your major resistance level is 11,055. I can't believe I'm saying 11,000 right now. But if we fail and we get decline, and we decline below this 10,942, 10,835 will be your support, and that 50 period moving average will be hanging around here. Crude oil has had an amazing run. I remember watching this 76.13 level for a long time, and then when we finally broke out of it, I got long them USO calls, and I actually cashed them in today for a 43% profit in a matter of a week and a half. Now as you can see, crude's still bullish. We're still above 82.72 with the rising 50 period moving average. We have some resistance, however, at this 83.81 level, and we got a little bit of selling pressure when we got under it today. So tomorrow, if we could hold above the close that we put in today and get above that, possibly this 84.09 level, which was the previous high, could be broken again, then head up to 86. We just know gasoline at the pumps is going to be going up now. I feel that this was one of the best investments that anyone could have ever taken when crude dropped down to this 33.20 a barrel back here in March of 09. This was an amazing buy, 147 to 33. People couldn't believe it. No one ever thought crude could go that low. And now that crude is this low, the smart money came in and they bought it. And now it looks like we could potentially start approaching higher levels. This is the weekly time frame. Get back to 90. I think Goldman Sachs said would be at 95 before a year's end. That's very realistic. Looking at the VIX here, we couldn't hold above the 1649 level today, so they sold it right when we approached it. And now it looks like we finished at 1624 today. The low was at 1620, the previous low. If we keep going down, our next level that we're going to be gunning for is 1593. Alright, I'm just going to go over a few stocks that reported earnings today. Monsanto being one of them. They reported this morning, and it looks like they got better than expected earnings because they finished up in pre-market, and then we had a huge run up to 51.27. Remember I told you guys Goldman came out, they said after the Roundup thing came out, they said that it was way too far beaten up, and they presumed that there should be some strength and it will go higher. And then I told you guys that people were buying Monsanto calls down there at the bottom. It looks like they really cashed in today, especially if they sold it in the first hour of trading. Just look at the possibilities if you have the right levels. Look at 49.84. Okay, that's when the market, this is where the market opened right here. I'll draw a line. You buy it right there, 49.84, a straight run up to 51.27. It's 1.5 points right there. All right, then they faded it down. Look how valid my pivot points are on my charts. Bounce right off of that, come back down, consolidate, then we break back down. You short it there, come down to our other support level of 48.80, bounce off. Look how many times, 1, 2, 3 trades you could have caught just in the first hour of trading that could have brought you easily $500. I'm now looking at Costco. I suppose they beat, they beat by 2 cents, and man, they had a nice rally today after they got over our 64.04 level. We didn't break out of it here. The sellers had gained control, but then they just bought this thing up. And they went from 64.04 to 65.44. And this stock isn't very volatile, so that's a big move. Alright, we're looking at Marriott here. They're down in the after hours. 36.39 was the last print. And it says that they reported 22 cents compared to consensus being 23 cents. And it looks like the revenue was a little bit on the light side. But the plus thing, they said that it compares to strengthen. They raised 7.2% rather than last year, and they see full year of 2011 being constant, and the dollar basis will increase to 6 to 8%. That's pretty good. They said they're going to open about 25,000 to 30,000 new rooms in 2011. So we'll see how that plays out tomorrow. Looked like RIM was down a little bit in after hours too. Wow, guys, I'm looking at MU Core in after hours, and they got absolutely smoked. But they came all the way down. Look where they met support at. 1669, and we had this as a level. You could have bought right down here. You risk 18 cents max, and then you got to trade up to 1743. You could have made 80 cents in a matter of 15 minutes just having the proper levels. Alright guys, that's about it for today. I'll get you guys a video out tomorrow, and I might even do another day trading video. Have a great day.